This is gonna be a cutscene.
The Republic respects the peace of Otto City, Your Honor. But the Sith are a violent people who leave violence in their wake. I have 3 soldiers in the infirmary.
If the Republic soldiers were more capable, they would not have suffered such serious injuries. Are my soldiers to be punished simply because they won a fair fight?
I hardly call 6 against 3 a fair fight. The Sith are cowards who attack only when they have the advantage of numbers.
I am aware of the Republic's indignation. However, witnesses' report clearly state your Republic soldiers were willing to engage in violence, as a Sith in this case.
They were provoked, Your Honor. The Sith goaded them into this fight.
Taunts and threats are not sufficient provocation in the eyes of this court. Words can be ignored, which is what your men should have done. I find both the Republic and the Sith to be equally at fault for this breach of the peace. I should throw all parties involved into the Otto City jail, but since no Selkath were harmed in this conflict, I will show mercy and levy a fine of 10,000 credits to both sides. The court is dismissed, though I warn you the further disturbances will not be viewed with such leniency. God damn. Should I talk to Judge Shelkar? Judge Koda? Oh, that's not him. Okay, let's talk. I guess let's talk to the main one, because I know there was that crime, so maybe we can get another quest with that. Hey, I'm Judge Shelkath, acting on behalf of the Selkath government on Manaan. It is my task today to answer the needs of off-world citizens of both the Republic and the Sith Empire. If you have legitimate grievances with another party, then you should speak to me. You should first, however, consult with the Republic Embassy before pressing formal charges. Is there something you wish to bring to my attention? I would like to investigate the murder case involving Sunri. This is acceptable, I believe. In Manaan legal tradition, the defendant can have an arbiter who tries to prove his innocence in court. This arbiter is a neutral party that can investigate and present evidence in the trial and argue on the defense's behalf. As you are a Jedi, I believe you could fulfill this role adequately.
Jedi are renowned for being arbiters in times of need. We will investigate this matter as best we are able.
So be it. You are now appointed arbiter in the case of Sunri versus Sith Empire. Your name and positions have been recorded in our files. I will now inform you of the pertinent facts in this case. You have a limited amount of time in which to investigate and organize a defense of your client, and advise you to use it wisely. Sunri was seen leaving a hotel, leaving behind a dead Sith woman, Alasa Haros. He has been charged with murder and is being held in Otto City prison facilities. Due to his crippled status, he is being kept in solitary holding cell. Witnesses claim to have seen the killing and are being detained at the hotel in question pending the trial. The manager of the hotel has now been informed of your appointment. Alasa was found dead of a blast wound with an incriminating Republic medal clutched in her hand. This information has been uploaded to your datapad. It would be wise to review all information before the trial starts. You may question Sunri or the witnesses. The evidence in this case is heavily stacked against Mr. Sunri. I believe it will take some doing to absolve him of guilt. You may also interview the judges here, including myself, to get an idea of the pertinent factors in this case. Since this is also your first case and you are an off-worlder, I feel compelled to add good luck as my final missive. Okay, good to know. I hope there's not a time limit. Let's check out all the quests we got, just because. Sunri murder. You have spoken to the judges in the court, and they have consented to appoint you arbiter in this case. As arbiter, you will defend your client to the best of your ability before the judges. They have given you the following information. Sunri was seen leaving. Yeah, crippling injuries from his past experience as a war hero against the Sith, so it was definitely him. Crippling. Yeah, this is testified to by the proprietor of the hotel, where this occurred. Ignis. In the room that he had rented, a Sith woman, Alasa, was found dead, clutching the Republic war medal in hand. There were 2 witnesses besides the hotel owner. One is Glupar Rodian, who was staying in the next room. The other is Firith Me, a gambler who was also staying nearby. Their stories seem to corroborate with Ignis. Okay. It does not say anything about time, so I don't want to... I don't know. I don't want to prioritize something just because they're like, yeah, you should be worried about time. Let's see. I think the most interesting thing to me right now... well, we still got a little bit left to explore, but I think the most interesting thing to me right now... Selkath Guard. Manaan holding cell, authorized personnel. So that must be the cell. Alright, the most interesting thing to me is Alora. So I'm going to go back, and we're going to go get Jolie, and we'll come do Alora's quest. Even though he has joined your group, Jolie remains a somewhat mysterious character. Maybe you should speak to him about why he chose to come with you. Let's speak to him.
Got something on your mind, dude?
You never did actually say why you decided to come with me.
No, I never did I?
I know, and I don't have to take you with me. Are you always going to be this elusive? You know, I don't have to take you with me.
Of course you do. I know things, remember? You think you could make it around this part of the galaxy without me? Don't answer that. At any rate, I already told you why I wanted to leave. I'd seen everything I wanted to on Kashyyyk. Time to go. Time to move on.
Move on to where?
To bed. I'm old and tired, you know.
No, really.
How many kilometer-high trees can you find an interest in before you figure you've had enough? I'd bet you can't be bothered to stay in one room for more than 15 minutes. And then there's all the critters and the Shadowlands. I'm just happy to be back in space, doing something new. Is that too much to ask?
You could do that on your own.
So I could. But not having a ship does tend to put a damper on that kind of idea, however. I'll admit, for all its flaws, Kashyyyk was home enough. But when you came along and I saw the destiny you had before you, I couldn't help but be intrigued.
Why is Card standing right in front of your face? You know what my destiny is?
Of course not. Weren't you listening last time? I can see that you have a destiny before you, but the details are far from clear. In fact, everything about you that I can see is odd. Slightly off, as if my eyes are trying to trick me. Something is very dark about you. But, I'm sure you don't need to hear my ruminations. You've probably got enough nosy Jedi offering you one opinion after another to make you sick.
No, tell me more of what you see.
Your future will come of its own accord, trust me. Sometimes navel-gazing at it doesn't get you anywhere. I wouldn't worry about it too much if I were you. You remind me a bit of Nomi. That can be all bad.
Nomi? Who's Nomi? And to talk about navel gazing, I think you're looking up right up Karth's nose.
Nomi Sunrider. She came late to the Force, just as you have, and became one of the greatest Jedi ever. Oh, fine lass. Whether you'll follow the same path remains to be seen. For one thing, we'll never get anywhere if you stand around chatting up old men all day.
I didn't bring you along for your amusement, you know. I don't need another mentor. So you're not along... So you're along as some kind of observer?
Nonsense. If I ever refused to help you when you asked, how confused can one person be anyway? One thing I will say is that this little escapade does remind me a bit of my adventuring days before the war. Those were exciting times. Or at least it would remind me of those times if we didn't stand around. What's keeping you? You're too young to be so talkative. Shoo! Shoo!
Let's see if we can talk to him about Sunry.
Got something on your mind, dude?
Tell me about Sunry. How did you know him? We have a stowaway on the ship. Do you have any advice for me? Yeah, let's do this, actually. I like Jolie. I like his opinions.
Stop bothering me with your questions. I can barely hear myself think.
Hey.
Got something on your mind, dude?
Tell me about Sunry. How do you know him?
What? You think because I'm a hermit, I've always been a hermit? Just because I haven't seen Sunry for 20 years doesn't mean he's not a friend. A man could have changed a lot in that span of time, though. But to become a murderer, I can't see it. That's not the Sunry I knew. He was a good man. Put me up in his home for a year back after I left the Order. War hero, too. Or so I hear. I wouldn't mind helping the fellow if we can. I owe it to him. Or you can be a young monkey lizard and ignore me, I guess. Well, I don't expect much these days.
Okay. I don't know how you know that he's a murderer, but whatever. I guess we'll just go try and find Alora. I do like Jolie. He's very, I don't know. His philosophy and like how he just like kind of views the world is interesting, and I just think he's a pretty good character. So let's go help out Alora out and find out exactly what's going on. I wonder if her husband was like a Sith warrior or something. Hey.
Jolie, it is you. I need your help.
Alora, of all the people, how did you even know I'd left Kashyyyk?
I didn't. Nobody knew where you were, not even Sunry. But I heard the Selkath mention you and your friends. The Force has brought you to help us.
Why? Whatever could be the matter, my dear?
It's horrible, Jolie. Sunry has been arrested. The Sith have accused him of murder.
Murder? But how?
It's all a mistake, Jolie. Sunry isn't a murderer. Someone is trying to frame him.
Calm down, Elora. Where's Sunry now?
Sunry's being held at the Selkath courts. They won't let anyone in to see him. Please, go to the courts. Talk to the judges. Maybe the Selkath will listen to you.
Don't worry, Elora. We'll get to the bottom of this and help Sunry. Somehow.
Awesome. All right, let's go do that then. Let's go talk to the judges, which are this way, I believe. Yeah, let's do that. I really don't like Manaan. I have no idea. I know where the star map is and like how you kind of get there, but let's talk to them. Let's talk to the judges about Sunry. And as arbiter of the Sunry murder trial, you have the authority to question me on matters pertaining to this case. Never mind. I have no more questions for now. Very well. When you feel you have gathered enough evidence, you may speak to the warden in charge of the prison where Sunry is being held. He will bring Sunry to us and the trial will commence. Oh, Sunry is that lady's wife. Wow. Huh. That's interesting. He probably was, if I'm honest, cheating on his wife. But let's wait to find out before we accuse anyone. Hey, you may come and go as you please, Arbiter. You will find the door unlocked. If you wish to begin your trial, you must take the request with the warden. It shall then be passed on to the judges. Alright, let's go talk to him. Anyone else in here? Prisoner? Probably just a drunk guy. Alright, are you the warden? So, yeah, alright, let's talk to Sunry.
Jolie, what are you doing here? Elora sent me, Sunry. I'm here to get you out of this mess. The courts went and made us arbiters for your case.
Just like old times, eh, Jolie? You come swooping in out of nowhere to save my tail from the fire?
You saved my wrinkle butt more than a few times as well, friend, if I recall. But there'll be time for catching up later. Right now, we need to focus on the case.
The case is a complete frame-up. Anyone looking at the evidence could see that. Or so I thought. But the Selkath seem to think that there's enough to go to trial. There aren't any witnesses. All that evidence against me is circumstantial and completely flawed.
Let's go over the evidence.
Well, I was at the hotel, I admit. And I did meet Alasa there that night, but it's not what you think. I was working with Republic Intelligence. We were pretending to feed information to the Sith. Well, I turned Alasa into a double agent working for us. It was going well, too, until she turned up dead. Maybe the Sith had found out I was turning her and had her eliminated. But let's look at the facts they've given. Alasa was brutally killed. Think about that. She was a Sith, trained in battle, and I'm just a crippled old man. My war injuries make it difficult for me to walk, even to hold things. See how my hands are shaking? How could I kill a Sith warrior at close quarters? I ask you. Further, they say they found my hero's cross at the crime scene. Would I leave my war medal behind if I killed someone? Even I'm not that stupid. Obviously, the Sith planted the cross. And what about the lack of forensic evidence? Skin and hair samples, clothing fibers. Why isn't there anything like that at the crime scene? Sounds like an obvious frame-up to me. I hope you can see how the Sith are manipulating the Selkath, and probably even you to set up this against me. We need to get this over with quickly and clear my name. Anything else I can help you with? I want my arbiter to be well prepared before we go to trial.
I need to investigate the case more. Any ideas where I should look? There are a few things we have to clear up.
Go ahead, ask. Ask what you need to. I've got nothing to hide.
The judges said that you left after the shot was fired.
How would they know? They weren't there. I heard some of the witnesses said that too, but I swear she was alive when I left. I wonder if the Sith have been putting pressure on people to get them to convict me. It wouldn't surprise me at all. They've had it in for me since the war. You should ask everyone about that. They might admit to helping the Sith under pressure.
Alright, I need to investigate the case more. Any ideas where I should look? He's going to tell us to look at the hotel, but let's click it anyways.
Guess you could interview witnesses at the hotel where the murder happened. The Selkath already did that, but the fish folk don't have much rapport with offworlders. Maybe one of them was holding something back. But I think you'd be better off investigating the Sith themselves. Maybe you could find some proof they planted evidence to frame me. Though that might mean figuring out a way into the Sith embassy. Anything else I can help you with? I want my arbiter to be well prepared before we go to trial.
I'll be going now.
Very well. I suppose there is still much you must do before the trial. Once you've gotten enough evidence to go to trial, just tell the warden we're ready. The sooner I get out of the cell, the better.
Alright. That was weird. It wouldn't let me click. Let's go to the hotel. I'll see you guys when we're there. Alright, guys. We are at the hotel. They said there should be people here. I don't know if that's actually going to be the case. But we might be able to get into the room where the murder happened. Is it this door? I think this is it. Oh. Glupor. What's up, man? You here with Selkath? You have questions for Glupor? Glupor already say everything he knows. I have questions about the murder of Alasa. Glupor tell everything to Selkath. You not know? Glupor have no reason not to say. Glupor tell everything. Everything about murder. Everything about Sith Lady's room. Why were you at the hotel? Glupor staying at hotel. Glupor not very rich. Hotel much too rich for Glupor to live at, but Glupor stay for weeks and have enough to stay here for a few days. Using Glupor's chance to live better for a while. What'd you see? Glupor not see murder. Oh no, Glupor did see Republic Eye. The cripple, Sunri, his name. Glupor thinks Glupor sees Sunri running away from the scene of the crime. Glupor see nothing else. Nothing else at all. Especially not in the Sith Lady's room. What about Alasa's room? Glupor just curious to see what had happened. Glupor have no reason to go into room. No one paid Glupor to do it. You want to tell me who paid you and for what? Glupor wants to tell you. Glupor wants to tell you Sith paid him money to plant metal on body. Glupor wants to tell you this because you are Glupor's friend. Good friend. Maybe give Glupor money? Maybe not. Alright. Do you know about the Selkath youths who have gone missing? Glupor heard of it, yes, but Glupor had been locked in this room for days. Glupor think it rather poor insight to think he knows something. Alright, I'll be going then. I have a question about the murder of Alasa. Let's see if there's anything else. Glupor already tell you everything. Why you bother Glupor more? Glupor not answering any more questions for you. Well, that's a pretty good fact. You hear that, Jolie? Your friend might be innocent. Can we go in? No, that's just a locked door. God damn it, Karth. You gotta get out of my way, dude. Who's in here? Feareth May.
You with the Selkath? You here to see me about the murder, too? I told the damn fish everything I knew. What more do you all want from me?
What do you know about Sunri and Alasa?
Sunri, I only heard of once or twice in passing. Some sort of old-time war hero against the Sith. Seen him around in the hotel, too. Going to Alasa's room always, of course. Kept the rest of the building up half the night with her damn antics usually.
You mean Sunri was having a relationship with Alasa?
I'm not saying anything like that. What they did in that room in private is their business. And there isn't any rule against Sith and Republic seeing each other for personal reasons. Although if you think her Sith Master didn't know, you must be fooling yourself.
Sith Master?
Oh, well, Alasa was a Sith, so of course she'd have to have someone above her. Yeah, I didn't see anything.
You know you want to tell me.
You know, I think I could trust you. Heck, I don't even know why I shouldn't tell you. Well, one time, I saw Alasa coming in wearing this big cloak. I was on my way to my room, and she normally wears stuff like that, so I didn't pay her too much attention. But this time, I accidentally brushed up against her. Accidentally, of course. And her cloak fell open. Now, I don't have any qualms about the Sith. I leave them alone, and they leave me alone. And seeing as how Alasa had a Sith lightsaber under her cloak, I'm not going to poke that hornet's nest.
She was a dark Jedi?
Seems so. But I'm not getting myself in any further with the Sith. I know how ruthless they are. Now that's all I'm going to tell you. I'll testify it to the court, but you aren't going to get anything else out of me.
Why do we gain dark side points? Is it bad to use Force Persuade? What the hell? Let's talk to Ignis, I guess.
You're the one defending Sunri now, huh? Well, the hotel's open for you. And I guess I gotta answer any questions you want too.
Tell me what you saw the night of the murder.
The Sith woman, Alasa, rented a room in the hotel. An hour or two later, Sunri comes in and goes to her room. Couple hours later, I hear a blaster shot and see Sunri running. He can't run good because he's a cripple, but he still was going pretty fast. I would swear he started after the shot, though.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty damn sure he left after the shot went off.
Could it have gone off after he left?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's possible, just barely. But I wouldn't say that to the court.
You will testify, son. No, I'm not doing that. I want to ask something else.
What do you want to know?
I don't want to like frame him. Who are the? I have no more questions for now.
Well, okay. If you need anything else, I'm gonna be right here.
Yeah, I don't want to like. I don't want him to be like, no, you saw that after the fact. Ignis, the hotel. Ignis is the proprietor of the hotel that the murder of Alasa occurred at. He told you that he heard the blaster shot go off, then the Sunry hobbling away from the scene of the crime. Feareth me, the Pazak player. Feareth told you he once brushed up against Alasa and her cloak fell open to reveal that she was carrying a lightsaber, the mark of a Jedi. It would seem that Alasa may have been a dark Jedi allied with the Sith. Elora, Sunry's wife. Elora professes Sunry's innocence. She claims that this is some sort of frame-up by someone who wants to get revenge on him. Sunry was an old war hero against the Sith, so they might harbor him ill. You have heard rumors that Sunry may have been cheating on his wife. Perhaps you should ask Elora about this. And Glupar, the Rodian. Glupar was staying in one of the rooms of the hotel when the murder took place. He says that he had nothing to do with the crime, especially not with anything in Alasa's room. Okay. Let's go talk to Elora, I guess. Ooh, who's this mysterious man?
You, Jedi. I hear you are investigating the Sunry murder trial, are you not? This case is not at all what it appears to be. Many currents, might I say, flow beneath the surface.
What do you mean?
This murder is much more complicated than it may first appear. Sunry and Elasa are proxies for their governments, and both sides want the other to fail. You can see the journey by the footprints. You understand, yes?
I think so, kinda.
Dear. I'm saying they both had something to do with it. They've both kept their hands in this from the start. If you want to get to the bottom of this murder, you might seek information from both the Sith and the Republic, likely in their embassies.
They just give it to me?
No, of course not. You think state secrets are for sale on the common market? You would have to be devious to get what you want. Heed my advice, Jedi, and you may yet find the truths in this murder.
Interesting. I don't get any note. Nothing. Sunry's story. Sunry claims that he'd been set up by someone to take a fall for Alasa's murder. He claims that he was secretly trying to turn. Okay. We should try and talk to the Republic. I also want to confront him. Let's talk to Roland Wan real quick.
Have you managed to retrieve the data from our droid in the Sith base?
Hell no.
Time is a critical factor. We cannot allow the Sith to decode that data recording, or our operations on Manaan would be compromised.
Is that it? All right, whatever. Let's go back and talk to Elora. I'll see you when we're with her.